Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of Nation Wave, and this is day 23 of the November daily draws. So let's see what kind of message we're going to get today. And I'll be taking the first card from Dugan's Witch's Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle deck. So let's pick our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, so here we go, and today we will go there. And our card today is the Hanged Man. So this is all about making the sacrifices we need to make, putting in the work, moving ourselves, changing our position on things, getting a new perspective, looking at things from a different angle, from a different perspective, going out of our comfort zones perhaps to gain some new insight. What to do, we're willing to do what it takes to get that knowledge, that understanding that we need, taking a pause to reflect and to get the information that we need to work out what we need to do. Maybe the way we've been looking at something is not been the right way, and we need to change that perspective. So to get the illumination, the guidance that we need, the insight, we need to be willing to be flexible in our position, in the way of our beliefs, of the way that we view a situation. Maybe try and be more objective in the situation. Maybe we're too personally involved and things are clouding it, and we're seeing it just from our own situation, our own perception, and our own how it affects us. Maybe we need to look at it more objectively from outside the situation as to, yes, how it affects us, but also other people, see it from other people's points of view. Maybe there's something that we need to put ourselves in, the phrase, we'll put ourselves into somebody else's shoes and see it from, try and see it through their eyes, from their experience. Maybe have a bit of empathy there, try and have a bit of empathy in the situation. That may not be comfortable for us. As I say, the Hanged Man represents getting into a certain position, the right position where you can gain that insight. And sometimes it means putting ourselves in uncomfortable positions, putting ourselves in a little bit of discomfort to do that, challenging some of our ingrained views and standpoints that maybe we've held for so long, that may be getting in the way of seeing the situation clearly. So maybe we need to be willing to move those aside, at least for a time, in order to see other possibilities of what the situation may be in reality. That maybe just to realize and admit that we may just be getting this wrong, or we may be having a distorted view of the situation because of our own personality or our own situation. And maybe we need to give something of that up, and maybe the need to be right. Maybe we need to, maybe we don't want to admit that we could be wrong, but we may need to sacrifice that need to be right in order to see things clearly. And if we see the reality of the situation, it could be that we're right or mostly right, but it could also mean that we have to realize that, yes, we're not actually right. It's the way we've been viewing it is wrong, and then being able to accept that and work with that and change and adjust our thinking and behavior accordingly. That's what the Hanged Man represents to me. It's being being willing to change our view, our position, on the basis of new information coming in about the reality. We're not surrendering integrity. We're not surrendering our character. We're not surrendering truth or anything like that. But what we're doing is we're being more open-minded to the possibility that there may be more to the situation that we can currently see, and that we need to at least be open-minded enough to get the facts. And if the facts back up our position, then yes, we need to stick to our guns. But it's the way also that we stick to our guns. Maybe there's a better way of sticking to our guns. There's a bit more considerate of other people, and that we're not just riding roughshod over them. But also be open-minded enough to recognize that the situation is, say, that we're not as right as what we thought we were. In fact, we may even be totally wrong, and having the strength of character and ability to realize that we are wrong, and we we're not infallible, and we need to admit it, and we need to take the appropriate measures of rectifying our position, and changing ourselves in reaction to that. So it's being flexible. It's being willing to change our, not to be too ingrained in our stance, that we that what we think is resoluteness and confidence may actually be excessive stubbornness and inflexibility. So whatever the situation that we're in, make sure that we're open-minded and willing to adjust where necessary, and to take the time, to put the time in to really get to grips with the reality of what's going on, and not what we think is going on. Maybe getting an objective viewpoint from someone else will help us get a more objective viewpoint of that, if we can't do that by ourselves. Okay, so let's see what oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. And liver intensification, which means it's the light will intensify as we do this. As we begin to be willing to consider this, and being showing that we're being flexible and open-minded, the light will intensify. The guidance will come through stronger and stronger. The reality will hit us because we're opening up to seeing it. If we close ourselves off, we can't see it. But if we begin to open up and being willing to adjust our thinking, and being willing to see the truth, then the light will come and intensify and show us what the situation is, and that we can then respond accordingly. So that is today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 24. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.